Between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, who should I vote for as a Christian or one who upholds Christian values and faith? We don't want to vote blindly, because there are implications or consequences that come with putting the wrong person in office. Proverbs 29:2 reads, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." As Christians, it's crucial for us to consider how each candidate's policies align with our values and principles. We'll examine the past and current actions of both candidates, looking at their views on social justice, morality, economic policies, and other ethical considerations. Let's dive in. I begin by introducing the two candidates. Donald Trump, the former and 45th President of the United States, is known for his strong stance on economic growth, immigration reform, and conservative values. On the other hand, Kamala Harris, the current vice president, has a background as a prosecutor and senator, and she champions social justice, healthcare reform, and progressive policies. Both have significant influence and bring different perspectives to the table.
Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
I will proudly put my record against his any day of the week.
Let's talk about social justice and equality. Kamala Harris is highlighted for her advocacy for criminal justice reform, supporting policies that aim to reduce systemic racism and provide more equitable opportunities for marginalized communities. Her track record includes efforts to end mass incarceration and promote police reform. But in 2019, during the Democratic presidential debate, then-Representative Tulsi Gabbard attacked Harris for putting more than 1,500 black men in jail for marijuana violations.
Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record.
While we cannot refer you to documents confirming this claim, as they've allegedly been erased from the internet, justice must be blind to race, gender, or creed.
I did the work of significantly reforming the criminal justice system of a state of 40 million people, which became a national model for the work that needs to be done. And I am proud of that work. And I am proud of making a decision to not just give fancy speeches or be in a legislative body and give speeches on the floor, but actually doing the work.
Donald Trump, during his presidency, signed the First Step Act, which aimed at prison reform and reducing recidivism. Recidivism refers to the tendency of a convicted criminal to reoffend and be rearrested, reconvicted, or reincarcerated. It is commonly used to describe the rate at which previously incarcerated individuals return to criminal behavior and end up back in the criminal justice system. Reducing recidivism is a key goal of criminal justice systems, often through rehabilitation programs, education, and support services for reintegration into society. This bipartisan bill was seen as a significant step towards addressing issues within the criminal justice system. However, Trump's stance on issues like immigration and his rhetoric on race have been points of contention for many Christians. Moving on to economic policies, I explain the importance of economic stability and providing for the needy as biblical principles. I discuss Trump's administration's focus on tax cuts, deregulation, and promoting economic growth. Supporters argue that his policies led to job creation and a stronger economy before the pandemic.
Forward. It's going to be only America first. America first. Magic wand, right? You need a magic wand. You don't need a magic wand. You need proper policies. You need a lot of things. You don't need a magic wand.
Let's also shift to Kamala Harris and her role in promoting policies aimed at economic recovery, including stimulus packages, infrastructure investment, and support for small businesses. I emphasize that Harris and President Biden argue these measures help lift people out of poverty and create a more equitable economy. Let us know in the comment how Biden and Kamala Harris's economic effort has impacted you. If you're finding this discussion helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more faith-based content. Let's address the importance of morality and personal conduct, crucial aspects of the Christian faith. Numerous controversies and allegations marked Trump's presidency, which have raised concerns about his character and behavior. For many Christians, these issues are important when considering his candidacy.
Banning residents from enrolling in trusted traveler programs.
Next, I examine Kamala Harris's support for abortion and LGBTQ rights. Kamala Harris is a staunch supporter of abortion rights and LGBTQ+ equality. She advocates for women's reproductive freedom, opposing restrictive abortion laws, and supporting access to safe legal abortions. Harris has consistently emphasized the importance of upholding Roe v. Wade and ensuring women's autonomy over their bodies. Additionally, she champions LGBTQ+ rights, advocating for comprehensive anti-discrimination laws, marriage equality, and protections for transgender individuals.
My opponent said he would defend Prop 8, which would have banned same-sex marriage, and I said I would not defend it.
Christians may feel compelled not to vote for candidates who promote abortion and homosexuality based on biblical teachings. The Bible emphasizes the sanctity of life, with Psalm 139:13 and 16 stating, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." This suggests that life begins before birth, and thus supporting abortion might conflict with the belief in the inherent value of all human life. Regarding homosexuality, Romans 1:26-27 and Leviticus 18:22 explicitly describe homosexual acts as contrary to God's design. Christians striving to uphold biblical values may feel that supporting candidates who endorse these practices is incompatible with their faith. They believe that voting for leaders who align with biblical principles on life and morality better reflects their commitment to living according to God's word. This perspective encourages Christians to seek leaders who uphold what they interpret as biblical standards of righteousness and justice. Let's talk about religious freedom. Trump is a strong advocate for religious liberty, supporting policies that protect the rights of Christians to practice their faith openly. His administration made several moves to safeguard these freedoms, which has been appreciated by many in the Christian community.
And I will fight even harder for Christians with 4 more years in the White House. We did things that the likes of which nobody has ever done for Christians in this.
Examining Harris's stance, noting that while she also supports religious freedom, she emphasizes the importance of balancing these rights with the protection of other civil liberties. I encourage viewers to consider how both candidates' policies will impact the ability to live out their faith. In conclusion, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris offer distinct approaches to governance, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. As Christians, it is important to prayerfully consider how their policies and actions align with our values and the teachings of Christ. Remember, this decision is deeply personal and complex. It's important to stay informed, pray for wisdom, and seek God's guidance as you prepare to vote. Thanks for watching.